Here comes the money. You're now listening to the Gambling with Gold podcast with Jason Gold. Presented by Champions Round.
What is going on? Welcome to Gambling with Gold. My name is Jason Gold. This is Justin Henry. It is NFL Week 17, and we are here to talk about our top 5 bets against the spread. Justin, you ready to hop into it?
Ready to hop into
locks?
it.
Let's go.
Got to drop some more locks. Hey, we were pretty good last week, so I want to be better this week. But it's the first of the year coming up. It's a brand new betting year. 2023 is here. I feel all the games are being played on New Year's Day. Let's start off with some wins here to get 2023 kicking the right way.
All right, let's keep them extra spicy this week. Week 17. Let's go, baby. What's the number one pick on the board?
Let's get it. My number one pick on the board is the Atlanta Falcons, minus 3 points up against the Arizona Cardinals. This Falcons team, man, they're going with the youth movement, embracing it. Desmond Ritter's been in there, and they've been a little tougher than it appears on paper. They fought to the end against the last few opponents. So for me, I see Tyler Algier playing a big role, Desmond Ridder playing a big role, and this Arizona team just isn't the same Arizona team without Kyler Murray, without some of those defensive anchors. Budda Baker will be out this game as well. So with the Cardinals not really playing for much and Cliff Kingsbury looking like he's on his way out, give me the Atlanta Falcons minus 3 points this weekend.
I like the pick. My only concern is are the Cardinals going to get up for J.J. Watt in his last 2 games? That shouldn't matter that much. I like the pick.
Yeah.
Atlanta minus 3. Number one pick on the board. All right, my number one pick on the board. We are going to go and keep it extra spicy. I think this team wins outright as a dog. We are going to go with the Houston Texans plus 4.5, and we're going to take them plus 170 on the money line as well. The reason being, this game means absolutely nothing to Jacksonville. Win, lose, or draw, they will be playing for the AFC South title against the Tennessee Titans, likely next Sunday Night Football for Week 18. Meanwhile, the Texans on the other side, fresh off of a win, off of 2 games before that where they were competitive versus the Chiefs and the Cowboys. They have been, surprisingly and shockingly, one of the best teams in the AFC over the past 3 weeks. I think they continue it. I think they get it done. And look at one of their wins this year. They beat the Jacksonville Jaguars 6-3 in a game that knocked me out of Survivor in Circa contest, unfortunately. But they always play them really, really tough. I think it's going to be a very, very close game, low-scoring game. Houston gets it done, plus 4.5. And I also think the spicier part of this is I think that Houston is going to self-knock themselves out of the quarterback conversation with the number 1 overall pick because I think the Chicago Bears lose out. They both have 3 losses. Chicago gets the draw at number 1. So Houston's fucking themselves a little bit, but I think that they cover the plus 4.5.
Yo, it might be real spicy. If Chicago gets that number 1 pick, we will have some very interesting conversations this offseason.
There will be trades.
There will 100% be trades. And I'm on board with that Texans pick. That's actually my number 3 pick of the week. So I'll go ahead and talk about it a little bit too, because this team has covered in 3 straight games against teams that are a lot better than them. So we talk about the Kansas City Chiefs and the Cowboys. Well, the Titans maybe aren't better, but they still covered against these guys and they beat the Titans outright. So it feels like Lovey is trying not to go down with just 1 win, 2 wins. They're trying to win out, and this Houston team is pulling out all the stops. We talked about it last time we were here. Jeff Driscoll and Davis Mills. Brandon Cooks has even come back and started playing well. So this team is desperate for wins. I like them on the board there. Plus 4, I'll take it. Getting spicy.
All right, what's your number 2 pick of the week?
My number 2 pick of the week, we got to go to the Meadowlands. The Giants going up against the Colts team led by Jeff Saturday and Nick Foles, not so BD, getting knocked down a lot last week, and I expect that to continue with this Giants front 4, man. The pass rush should be there. They're 4 out of 5 out of the spread in their last 4. So, or out of the last 5, they won 4. So for me, this Giants team is covering. They're trying to go into this playoffs with some momentum, and this Colts team really is just terrible. Like, this is a terrible Colts team. The defense is solid, but this offense and this coaching staff is inept. They don't know what they're doing. Get them out of here. Give me the Giants minus 6.
I like the Giants pick a lot, and actually Steph and I were talking about this on the show previously, and we were using the Giants as one of our parlay picks for the week. We're going to take them on the money line, but I do like them at minus 6 as well. This Colts team is an abject disaster, although I'm sure that all the Giants fans are scared to death with the playoff spot on the line. with Big Dick Nick Foles coming in there. Nightmares of the Philly Eagles days. I do not think this is the same player, though.
LD Foles. We got to switch the nickname. It ain't no more BD Foles. It's LD Foles now.
Oh, shit. All right. My number 2 pick of the week, I'm going to go with the Detroit Lions -5.5 against the Chicago Bears. Yes, I know that Justin Fields is going to rush for 150 yards in this game. I also know that the Detroit team total of over 28.5 is a stone-cold lock in this game. The Lions are going to put up points against this Bears defense. I find it hard to believe that Chicago is going to have enough firepower to keep up with what the Lions are going to do in this game. The Lions need this game desperately to stay in. That is not always the best reason to bet on a team. Usually it's the spot that I like to fade them if they're desperate, but I'll save that for week 18 when I fade them, and I can guarantee you I've already done it. I'm going to bet on the Green Bay Packers against the Detroit Lions in week 18, but for week 17, I think they keep it spicy enough for me to get to that week 18 where it matters. We're going to take the Detroit Lions at -5.5.
Yeah, since I already talked about my Texans pick, I'm going to roll with you on these Lions, man. They're coming out strong here at the end, and although this team didn't look like at first that they were going to be even able to make the playoffs, they're playing well under Dan Campbell, and I like the way that they're going into this game. The Bears, we talked about that number 1 pick. They might have that in their sight at least. If it's not for the quarterback, it's for the trade bait.
Yeah, absolutely. I'll go with another pick here. I'm going to go with the New York Jets -1.5 at the Seattle Seahawks. I've been fading against the Seahawks for a little bit other than last week because I thought the line was too high against Kansas City, but I kind of taken the macro view on Seattle. Look at it before the season. We thought this team was going to be absolute trash. They've somehow snuck out to 7 wins, proved that they had a great draft class, competent defense a little bit earlier in the year. Geno Smith was slinging it around. Look, I think that Lockett is a massive issue for them. Even if he plays, if he doesn't play, it doesn't really matter at this point. They can't protect Geno Smith at all. And you know what the New York Jets are going to do? Quentin Williams is going to play in this game. They are going to absolutely demolish Geno Smith. And they got Mike White coming back in. And we know, you can think whatever you want about Mike White as a quarterback. He's definitely a backup in this league. But that team and those players actually give a shit about playing with Mike White and are willing to run through a wall for him. I think that matters, and I think that anytime that Zach Wilson is not on the field for them, the Jets are motivated and ready to run through a wall. I think they will do so against the Seattle Seahawks defense that is absolutely struggling. Give me the Seahawks -1 or the Jets -1.5.
So I think this is our very first conflicting picks. My number 4 pick is the Seattle Seahawks +1.5 at home. We got to give this team the respect they deserve at home, even though they have not been covering as of late. You had that early season pace where they were shocking the world with Geno Smith. He wrote, "They ain't right back," whatever the quote was. But now I think I'm still going with the Seahawks on this one because Mike White's coming back dealing with a little bit of an injury. I think people forget how significant of an injury that was. He wasn't even able to play. When Zach Wilson was playing his worst, we couldn't get Mike White on the field. So for me, I think this is probably an injury he's dealing with. He had to get cleared to be even able to play this game on the road against the Seahawks. I think the Jets will play well, and they want to win, but the Seahawks do too. They're not out of the playoff push. Give me the Seahawks at home +1.5 on this one.
Fair enough. All right. What is your last pick on the board?
And then my last pick on the board, we got to go to the Sunday night game. Got to go to the division rivals. And, you know, this game means a lot for the Pittsburgh Steelers. And I'm going to roll with the Pittsburgh Steelers here, +2.5 on the road against Baltimore. And Tyler Huntley is going to be starting this game. But the reason why is because I can't go against history. Mike Tomlin, 15 straight winning seasons. I'm not the guy that's going to bet on his first. The Steelers sitting at 7-8 right now would need to win out in order to preserve that for Mike Tomlin, and I think he wants to win. I think they go in there against a Ravens team that's pretty much already locked their position for the playoffs there in the 5 seed. So give me the Pittsburgh Steelers +2.5.
I have this as my number 4 pick. The Pittsburgh Steelers +2.5, +3, depending on where you can get it. I also bet it at +3.5 early in the week. I feel very fortunate to have done so. I'm fully with you. The Steelers are competing for a playoff spot, competing to keep Mike Tomlin's flawless record intact of winning seasons. Baltimore has nothing really to play for. The only thing that they can really play for in this scenario, and they're not going to know about it, is if the Bengals lose, to the Bills on Monday Night Football and the Ravens win, they will compete for the AFC North crown in Week 18. But they won't know what the Bengals are doing. So I think they're going to play it safe. I don't think Lamar's going to play in this game. And I think that Tyler Huntley, if he's in there, I think the Steelers' defense is going to eat. Kenny Pickett has been okay. He's not really turning the ball over as much. I'm surprised that, at how they played offensively last week until the last minute. But I think that they'll come out in a low-scoring game and get this done. Give me the Steelers outright as a winner, plus 125 on the money line. I think they win this game 17-14, straight up in Baltimore.
Got to keep the streak intact for Mike Tomlin, man. That guy, he's not a loser. I'll put it that way.
Mike Tomlin is the best. I love Mike Tomlin so much. All right, time for the last pick of the week. I'm going to go with the Miami Dolphins plus 3 at the New England Patriots. Give me Teddy B as an underdog on the road. This is what he does. He's a covering machine. We know what the Patriots are at this point. They are a poorly coached, poorly executing team. Let's not sugarcoat it. Tom Brady isn't on the team. This isn't the same Bill Belichick. They don't have Josh McDaniels at OC. They have mistakes all over the place. Mac Jones is not a good quarterback at this point. Yes, I know that the Dolphins' defense isn't that great. Yes, I know that Tua and his connection to Waddle and Tyreek has been elite this season. But let's not forget, Mike McDaniel is a pretty damn good coach, and we'll put Teddy B in a really good spot in this game. I expect Waddle and Tyreek to produce enough to cover the plus 3. I think there's a chance they win this game outright, but that's where I'm at.
Let's hope that he keeps Teddy Bridgewater in a better spot than they've kept Tua Tagovailoa all season, because that's a bad spot and a bad look for that organization. But I do agree with you here. I do think that the Dolphins can come in there and get a win against this Patriots team, and so it'll be interesting to see how the supporting cast steps up with Tua's absence. Talking about Teddy Bridgewater, Tyreek Hill, Jalen Waddle there, the speed options, as the Patriots have been a very stout defense throughout this season. So they played well on one side of the ball. It's been the defensive side of the ball. Should be a highly contested matchup between both of these teams. The Patriots offensively, though, I just don't think they could keep up.
All right. So I want to talk about really quickly as we head out of the podcast, surprising you with this. Every game that we haven't talked about, snapshot, don't have to explain why. Which side do you think that you're going to end up on this week? You good?
Let's do it.
All right. So let's start off. You already got the Giants in there. All right. So Saints plus 5.5 versus the Eagles. What do you got?
Give me the Saints.
Denver Broncos plus 12.5 at the Chiefs.
Give me the Broncos.
Carolina plus 3 at Tampa Bay.
This is the spiciest one of the week. Give me Carolina. Money line.
I like that too. We talked about that earlier on the show. All right. Cleveland Browns plus 2.5 at Washington.
Give me Washington.
San Francisco minus 9.5 at the Raiders.
You see the hat in the back. Derek Carr's out of there. Give me the Niners. All the points I can handle.
All right. This game, super spicy. Vikings plus 3 at Packers.
The game of the week. This got to be the game of the week. I'm going with the Vikings, baby.
All right. I'm with you. So I think the Green Bay wins. The Vikings cover plus 3.5. Yes. And the Packers make the playoffs at 9-8. That's where
I love it. I love that whole scenario. Cover, Packers win, and they go and win next week. I'm all with every single one of those.
Love it. Rams plus 6.5 at the Chargers.
Chargers all day. Not close.
And then Monday Night Football. This is actually the game of the week, but since it's not Sunday, Buffalo Bills minus 1 at the Cincinnati Bengals. What do we got?
Give me the Bills, baby. Give me the Bills to assert the dominance. I like the Bills to cover.
I am on the Bills as well. All right, that does it for our top 5 bets against the spread in NFL Week 17. Make sure to use that code SPICY for $10 off. Go play Spicy Slips. If you love live betting, if you love the NBA, if you love flipping on the game, having a beer, placing some live bets, this game is perfect for you. It's the best product we've ever brought to market. Please go play it. Use that code SPICY. We will talk to you guys next week. Justin, have a happy new year. See ya in 2023, my friend.